What's up? It's Rob Cressy, and welcome to Best Year Ever, a podcast designed to inspire growth and impact so you can create your best year ever. And it is the start of July, and what I want to talk about is how you can make July the best month ever. And I'm sort of going to shoot from the hip on this one because I'm feeling super inspired. But let's start with this. For the second consecutive month, the month is going to be started coming out of a holiday weekend. We have the 4th of July coming up. I know for a lot of people, you're going to have Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, Monday observed. Maybe you're also taking off Thursday. So you're getting anywhere from a 3 or a 4 or a 5-day weekend. Sign me up for all of that. But here's the key. If you want to continue to build momentum in this month, you've got to be someone who knows how to bounce back after a holiday weekend. Because come Monday when you're partying for the, I guess we'll call the day after the 4th, what's that Tuesday going to look like for you? Is this going to turn into 5 days, turns into a week? Because that's going to be sending you in the other direction. I get that it's going to be tons of fun, but if we're always thinking about building growth and momentum in our lives and businesses every single day, you've got to be someone who knows how to bounce back. So what I like to say, and I said it last month, figure out how you can get back into your routine very quickly. A simple thing that I like to do is on Tuesday, I commit to going to the gym in the morning. Why? Because it's the easiest thing to skip, especially if maybe you didn't get the most amount of sleep. Maybe you threw a few back and you're not feeling 100. Boom. Force yourself to live in action and start building that momentum, because what you do on Tuesday is actually going to put you in a position to succeed on Wednesday. And I think that's what a lot of people miss is they say, oh, Tuesday, I just won't do anything. I'll just ease into it. Well, then that sort of also blends into Wednesday and maybe a little bit on Thursday. And then, whoa, it's already the weekend again. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boom. And now you've just created a cycle. Instead, think about your future self and how you can do something today that's going to be an investment for you moving forward. On my end, I'm already looking ahead to 2022. As I sit here on July 1st, it dawned on me how quickly the rest of the year is going to go by. So we're sitting here, July is going to fly by because of the 4th of July and the summer being awesome. August, people are traveling. It's the summer again. There's a lot of good stuff happening. Here comes September. Boom, football season. Now we've got college football on the horizon, NFL on the horizon. The weather's starting to change a little bit. You get to October and you're like, whoa, holidays are on the horizon. So now you're starting to think about, I don't know, Halloween candy, Thanksgiving, eating turkey and all that delicious stuff. Next thing you know, it's December and we've got holidays all up and down that, and boom, it's January 1st. And I'm actively aware that that momentum is going to happen. So I want to make it a point right now to do everything that I can to get the most out of this month and this day, because I'm someone who wants to leave 2021 looking back on this and being, wow, this was my best year ever, and it is certainly going to be my best year ever without a doubt. Every year for me is the best year ever, but certainly 2021, it is a 15 out of 10. So I want you to think to yourself, what can you do so that when you look back on this year, you're going to impress yourself. You're like, wow, that was amazing. And I remember sitting there on July 1st, exactly the halfway point in the year, and realizing I have an opportunity for a reset. Maybe you reactivate some things that you used to do 60 days ago, 30 days ago that previously served you. Get that going again. Or maybe you're crushing right now and building momentum. All right, let's push that pedal down and do even more of that. Because that's a mindset that's going to help us. It's a growth mindset that's going to allow us to succeed and accomplish anything that we want. And this is in all areas of our life, not just business, certainly personal. And really, I would like the personal side to be even equally as important for you, because I mentioned it in numerous episodes. Add more newness to your life. What can you do this July that you haven't done previously? Hey, 2020, COVID shut a lot down. But guess what? 2021, this is your opportunity where all those excuses of things that were closed and things you couldn't do, those are off the table. So go make them happen. Write them down. Live in action. So now some of the recaps to help prime you for how to make July the best month ever. Number 1, did you create your 2021 best year ever folder on your phone where you put images that show the things that you did and experienced throughout the year to make this the best year ever? If not, now is a great time to start because we're only halfway through. Boom. We have so many good pictures to add to that. If you did, now is the opportunity. And I preach this. It is the simplest thing in the world. It will take maybe 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. If you have an awesome life, 10 minutes. You're going to be able to look back at June and be like, look at all the amazing things that I did. All you got to do, go and find that picture, boom, add it to the album. And then what I like to do is go and look back at all of the things that I've done so far this year. And it really brings me of a feeling of gratitude and joy and bliss because we have the opportunity to appreciate the things, the moments. And that's what the DNA of this podcast is about. Every day is an opportunity for you to create your best day ever. And you rinse and repeat that 365 times. And what that does is it adds up to the best year ever. It's a mindset. It's a way of being. And we can create little micro moments or life hacks or tricks or habits or routines to help us ensure that we're thinking that way. And just creating this simple folder on your phone will do it. And I just want to hear from one other person who is doing this because it's been an absolute blessing in my life. And remember, success leaves breadcrumbs. Sometimes you need to hear something 1 time, 3 times, 10 times, 50 times before you do it. I'm a living testimonial that this works. It's not hard. You can be in line at Starbucks or waiting for your kid to do soccer practice. Boom, just go in that folder, 5 minutes. Easy peasy. Next thing, how are you investing in yourself and your personal development in July? For me, I've got a new mindset around the books that I'm reading. I'm realizing that I don't necessarily need to learn more. Of course, I'm always learning. And what I mean by learn more is I don't need to read a book on how to create a new funnel in under 30 days from like tactics and the business systems and structures. I'm always looking to improve, but I don't feel like there's this missing link of, wow, I need to level up my knowledge in a certain area because I don't have that. Instead, what I'm feeling right now is I want to be inspired by people's stories. So I'm starting to read more autobiographies. I just got done reading former Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Fame coach Bill Cowher. Here we go. Shout out to all my Steelers fans out there. Just read his biography, and this was amazing. I loved it because I love hearing the journey of successful people and people I get inspired by. And so often we see someone going into the Hall of Fame, but we don't know the journey it took for that to happen. And Bill Cowher had an amazing story. And why this was also special to me is one of the ways that I'm going to make July the best month ever is in August, I am going to the NFL Hall of Fame enshrinement for Bill Cowher and Troy Polamalu. And it's going to be something that is one of the best moments of my entire year. So great way that I can live in that bliss. Boom. Read Bill Cowher's biography. And then once I got done with that, I started reading Chris Bosch's new book. I believe it's called A Letter to Athletes. Don't quote me on that name, but it's a letter to athletes by Chris Bosch. And I've always liked Chris Bosch because he is someone who has seemed to be very cerebral. He is someone who is selfless when you think about the titles that he won down in Miami. When he came from the Raptors, that dude was putting up 25 a game, but he wanted to win and he had to find his role. So when I look at leadership, man, Chris Bosch is someone that I want to learn from because he knows what it takes to be at the highest level, to win and be in the locker room with LeBron and D Wade and Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. Those are the type of people that inspire me, because what I'm looking for is to pick up a little nugget of wisdom around the Heat culture, or his mindset around winning, or grit, or mental toughness. That's what I mean by the way that I'm learning differently. It's not a system that I'm learning. I'm learning and observing by the way that somebody else is. And that's just what I'm feeling right now around my own personal development. Certainly there's going to be other things that I'm working on, but that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm curious to hear from you. What are you reading right now? What are you working on in your personal development? Another thing that I'm doing to make July the best month ever is I'm launching 2 new programs for my business. One is a podcast group coaching program that is going to be amazing. I've one-on-one coached a lot of thought leaders on how to launch their podcast. I've also got a digital course that's taught a lot of people on how to launch a podcast. But what I decided to do is blend both of those together and create a group environment where I help leaders launch a podcast in 30 days, and we do so together in a group environment. Nice and simple. Have an hour-long call together once a week. Digital platform to help support that, where I share the wisdom and lessons learned from me being a podcaster, brand builder, and creator for the last 10 years and 1,000 episodes. This is something that I live and preach every single day. It's what brands hire me to do. It's what I do as a coach, helping other people. So I'll drop a link to this in the show notes. I'm looking for 20 people who would be interested in being a part of this. I'm keeping this small by design because I want to be able to give personalized one-on-one attention to others. Why is that important? Because what I know about launching a podcast and building a brand is, even with the right roadmap, you're going to have questions. And sometimes you just want to say, hey, Rob, I've got a question about X, Y, and Z. Or can you give me an idea on? Or how did you do this? Not only am I going to share wisdom and tips, but I'm also going to be there to support you and inspire you and show you ways that you can use a podcast to build your brand, create growth, build relationships, and ultimately create more impact for others. So I'm super excited about July. It's going to be the best month ever, without a doubt. And I want to hear from you. What are you doing to make July the best month ever? You can hit me up on all social media platforms at Rob Cressy, or head to robcressy.com. I've got a ton of resources that I'm creating to help you out on your journey. Sending tons of good vibes your way. I hope you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.